to be twofold, according to the evidence elicited in that London court. The first was a question of profile. Pegasus had been deployed against a woman who was a member of two powerful Middle Eastern royal families, as well as her very well-connected British attorney, Baroness Fiona Shackleton. Shackleton was not only a renowned divorce lawyer to the rich and famous, including Paul McCartney, Madonna, Prince Andrew, Prince Charles. She was also herself a member of the House of Lords. Even more problematic for NSO, it was an outside cybersecurity researcher who discovered the attacks on the Baroness and the Princess. If he had figured out this one piece of how Pegasus was being used, what else had he figured out? And how much of this was about to become public knowledge? Cherie Blair explained in testimony that the caller from NSO asked her to contact Baroness Shackleton urgently so that she could notify Princess Haya. She said, "The NSO senior manager told me that they had taken steps to ensure that the phones could not be accessed again." The details of the late-night call to Cherie Blair and the spying on the princess and her lawyer, those details didn't really shake out into public view until more than a year later, and only then because they were part of the child custody proceedings between Princess Haya and her husband. Her husband was Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates and also the Emir of Dubai. The finding by the president of the High Court of Justice Family Division, which was released to the public in October 2021, held that the mobile phones of the princess, her lawyer, the Baroness, and 4 other people in their intimate circle were attacked with cyber surveillance software, and that the software used was NSO's Pegasus. The judge determined it was more than probable that the surveillance was carried out by servants or agents of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the princess's husband, the Emirate of Dubai, or the UAE. The surveillance, according to the judge, occurred with the Sheikh's express or implied authority. The story of the princess, the Baroness, and Pegasus might have faded into gossip columns and then into oblivion after a few weeks. A rich and powerful man used a pricey bit of software to spy on his wife and her divorce lawyer. Well, if you marry a sheik and then cross him, you damn well might expect things to get weird. NSO also did a fairly nice job of cleanup on Isle's spyware. The court finding pretty much accepted the word of NSO that it had terminated the UAE's ability to use its Pegasus system altogether, at a cost to the company, the judge noted, measured in tens of millions of dollars. And maybe they did do that. But who can say? A funny thing happened on the way to that divorce court gossip column item. Because right around the time Cherie Blair got that call from Israel, one very brave source offered 2 journalists from Paris and 2 cybersecurity researchers from Berlin access to a remarkable piece of leaked data. The list included the phone numbers of not 1 or 2 or 10 Emirati soon-to-be divorcees, or even 20 or 50 suspected pedophiles or drug traffickers. The list was 50,000 mobile phone numbers, all selected for possible Pegasus targeting by clients of that firm in Israel, NSO. 50,000. What exactly to make of that initial leaked list, that crucial first peek into the abyss, is a question that took nearly a year to answer, with a lot of risk and a lot of serious legwork to get there. The answer to that question matters, because either this is a scandal we understand and get a hold of and come up with solutions for, or this is the future, for all of us, with no holds barred. This book is the behind-the-scenes story of the Pegasus Project, the investigation into the meaning of the leaked data, as told by Laurent Richard and Sandrine Rigaud of Forbidden Stories, the 2 journalists who got access to the list of 50,000 phones. With the list in hand, they gathered and coordinated an international collaboration of more than 80 investigative journalists from 17 media organizations across 4 continents, 11 time zones, and about 8 separate languages. An editor from The Guardian, one of the partners in the Pegasus Project, says they held this thing together miraculously. We've got,